Okay, so for example 2, we still have similar figures. We're still trying to find the missing information, except now we're given both areas and we're finding a missing side. So we're still going to set it up the same. So I'll rewrite that up top for you. Area of top over area of bottom equals the side of the top over that corresponding side of the bottom squared. So I'm still going to label it T and B for top and bottom. And I'm going to fill in the information that I know. So I have this area over this area. 54 divided by 216 equals this side over this side squared. So now instead of my x being an area, my x is a side. So I'm still going to square these sides. So I have 54 over 216 equals 64 over x squared. I'm going to cross multiply. The pen doesn't work. So I will have, I'm going to do it over here, 54x squared equals 216 times 64, which is a big number, 13,824. Move this over here. Ignore that square for a second. I'm going to divide, so if it just said 54x equals 13,824, I'm going to divide both sides by 54. So I'm going to divide this by 54. I get a smaller number, 256. And if you remember, to get rid of a square, if you remember this from algebra, we're going to take the square root. I keep taking the pen that doesn't work. So I'm going to take the square root of 256. You might know this. It's going to be 16. So my x is 16 inches. Because remember, sides are not squared, just areas are. And again, we can check. If I plug it back in here, 54 divided by 216 is 0.25. If I square it, 64 divided by 16 squared, which is 256, is 0.25. So I will plug that back in here, the second part, and square it and make sure both sides are congruent. All right, let's try another one. Top and bottom, my area of the top over the area of the bottom equals the side of the top over the side of the bottom squared. I have to find 28 squared, which is 784. X squared is just x squared. I'm going to cross multiply. So I have 296x squared equals, this is going to be a big number, 169 times 784. I'm going to divide both sides by 296. I get 447.6. And I have to take the square root of both sides. And my answer is about 21.2. So if you're feeling good about it, try the next two on your own. If not, I'm going to keep going. You'll notice it's just the same thing over and over, just different numbers, same steps. Top and bottom. I have 300 over 900 equals x over 21 squared. This time my x is on top. It doesn't matter. Same things are going to happen. Still going to cross multiply, divide, take the square root. (21 squared) is 441. I'm going to cross multiply. Again, another big number. 132,300. I'm going to divide both sides by 900. I get 147. Take the square root of both sides. And I get about 12.1. Last problem. Top and bottom. I have 50 over 30, 7 over x. Seven squared is 49. Oops, I forgot the square there. Cross multiply. This time it's a little bit smaller of a number, 1,470. Divide both sides by 50. You get 29.4. Take the square root of both sides. And your answer is about 5.4 feet. So here is your work for example 2.